Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing the Goodreads tag, and this is the tag that was created by Bookables. I'll put a link to the original video down below. And I first saw the tag on 221 Books' channel. She's a relatively new book vlogger, so I'll put a link to her original video. Definitely go and check it out, show some love, and welcome her to the community. So Goodreads, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, it is a website, free to join, and what you do is you kind of create a profile for yourself. You can log the books you are currently reading, want to read. You can create bookshelves of like your favorite books, mystery books, whatever kind of categories you want to put on this website. And it's a really quite interactive way to share your love of books with other people. You can friend other people, kind of like you do on Facebook. You can see their updates and their progress and their reviews as well. Say there's a book you're not too sure if you want to read or not, you can look that book up on that channel, see the cover, see the synopsis, see what other people thought about it. So I'm going to show you two versions of what the website looks like. I have my iPad here, so this is what the website would look like on your tablet. It's sort of an abbreviated version of it, and like this first column here, whoops, shows updates. So these are all the updates of the people you've befriended on Goodreads. My progress, these are the books I'm currently reading, and I can see where I am with that and update that status. Then there's my profile. My books, that would be a list of all the shelves I've created, my favorites, the mysteries I've read, the books I want to read, etc. And you can create as many as you want. You can put a shelf of your top books for 2013 and 2012 and 2011, all sorts of things, your unfinished books. Explore, it's just you can explore various books in other genres. Friends, it's a list of all your friends that you've joined up with. There's a scan feature in here. If your tablet has a camera, you could scan the books in your collection into your shelves. My groups, any groups that you decide to join on the site. Events, any events in your area. Reading challenge, this is sort of new on this tablet. It's not working right now, so my reading challenge for like how many books I plan to read for the year is not showing up in there. Recommendations, this is kind of a neat feature. Based on those shelves you create in your My Books, like whatever your top 2013 books or whatever, it will create recommendations based on the books that are in that shelf. And I found some pretty good ones I've added to my to be read pile. And then a general settings button for there. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on just a general computer. It's kind of hard to see, of course, because it's so small, but this is the general page. Let me zoom in a little bit here. The top line shows home, my books, groups, recommendations. This little explore feature is nice because there's a little drop down button in there, and within that page there's giveaways that are hosted in there. And I've actually won quite a few giveaways from Goodreads, and they're sometimes given by the authors or the publishers in the hopes that you will then post a review on that book. You're not obligated to, but it does kind of help your chances of winning another book down the road. Then on this side here I have updates of the friends that I follow. I can see where they're at with their books. You can put comments as you're reading, like, oh, that part was a weird thing, or, you know, whatever. And this is what I'm currently reading here. Way off in this corner, kind of see my little picture there. That's a access point to get to my profile. Your main page would look like. So there's a little synopsis about myself, whatever information I want to provide, links to my YouTube channel, my favorite shelf. I can change these books out any time. Over here is some of my friends, my bookshelves, my current progress, people that I'm following. There's some recommendations for books, like for advertisements that are thrown on the site. It's not really annoying advertising because it's all book related. Then some of my favorite authors. And then further down here are reading challenges. This is my reading challenge from 2012, 2013. I completed both challenges. And then my current 2014 challenge. So that's just sort of for those of you who don't know what Goodreads is or what the websites look like. Now onto the tag. There are 11 questions in this tag. The first one is, what is the last book you marked as read on Goodreads? So, okay, it is The Archaeologist of Shadows Volume 2. This is a graphic novel by Laura Fuentes and Patricio Clary. And I'm going to bring up a cover image here. And that's what it looks like. This is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous graphic novel series. I'll just give you a synopsis of it. This is Archaeologist of Shadows is set in a world where every living thing is becoming mechanical. Some think that the phenomenon is the will of the gods, and so the authorities punish those who resist the transformation, although all wonder about the real reason for the changes. So it's really, really intriguing. I love the artwork in it. Like I said, it's part CGI, part sculpture, part artwork, and they show a lot of the artwork at the end of each graphic novel, and I've read the first 2 so far, so I'm really enjoying that. The second question is, what book are you currently reading? So on my currently reading shelf, never just reading one. I'm in the middle of actually 4. I'm working my way through the second book in the Raven cycle, The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. Again, no cover on that one. I'm on page 66 of My Name is Rapunzel by Casey Hilton. I'm kind of listening to the audio version of this, but just to show you in physical format, I'm re-listening to Divergent by Veronica Roth, and I'm about halfway through that. And just a kind of a non-fiction type book, a little factual book. I'm kind of poking my way through Whoology. It's the Doctor Who, the official miscellany, and this is by Kevin Scott. Just a fun factual book about one of my favorite TV shows. I just pick that up every once in a while. Number 3, what is the last book you marked as to read? It's entitled We. It's by Yevgeny Yamyatin. It's actually a classic, a very old classic book. It was published in 1924, and I'll give you a quick synopsis of it. It says, in the one state of the great benefactor, there are no individuals, only numbers. Life is an ongoing process of mathematical precision, a perfectly balanced equation. Primitive passions and instincts have been subdued. Even nature has been defeated, banished by the green wall. But one frontier remains, outer space. Now with the creation of the spaceship Integral, that frontier, and whatever alien species are to be found there, will be subjugated to the beneficent yoke of reason. One number, D-503, the chief architect of the Integral, decides to record his thoughts in the final days before the launch for the benefit of the less advanced societies. But a chance meeting with the beautiful 1-330 results in an unexpected discovery that threatens everything D-503 believes about himself and the one state. The discovery or rediscovery of inner space and that disease that ancients called the soul. It says it's a page-turning sci-fi adventure, a masterpiece of wit and black humor that accurately predicted the horrors of Stalinism. We is the classic dystopian novel. It's the message of hope and warning, as timely at the end of the 20th century as it was at the beginning. So this sounded really interesting. Another classic I can add to my to-be-read shelves. What book do you plan to... Oh, that was plan to read next. What book do I plan to read next? That's always debatable. It's not something like... I don't tend to do advanced videos like, you know, February to be read shelf or March to be read, because it's depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. I have some books I really would like to get to next. Either Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton, The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, since the movie's out, and Mars Burning, which is like book 4 in this series. So those are all kind of in my mind as books I'm thinking towards, but by the time I finish the books I'm reading, I might change my mind, so who knows. Number 5, do you use a star rating system? I do. Goodreads provides you with a 1 through 5 star rating. I do wish it had half stars. I hear a lot of people say that. It would give you a little bit more variety, and to be able to narrow it down a little bit more, but I do use that star rating in general, just 1 through 5. Number 6, are you doing a 2014 reading challenge? I am. I'm currently set on Goodreads to read 110 books this year. I did 141 last year, although I only planned on reading 80, so I don't know what happened there, but I think that was maybe more a fluke, or I just happened to read a lot of graphic novels. So whether that happens again, I don't know. Maybe I'll change that rating and increase it if I see I'm progressing that much further. But yeah, currently it's just 110 books. And number 7, do you have a wish list? Well, you can create it. It doesn't actually come out. It's like one of those shelves that you can create, like your top 2013 books or your favorite mystery books. You can create a wish list, and I have like maybe 6 books on there, but I don't really update the wish list on Goodreads very much. I do have a wish list like on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. This sometimes I'll just poke it on there if I happen to be, looking through Goodreads and I see some books. I'm thinking I'll throw it on there and maybe I'll look at it, but I tend to forget to look at it again. So yeah, you can create one on Goodreads, but I generally have it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Number 8, what book do you want to buy next? Again, it's the same thing as what book do I want to read next. It depends on what I'm in the mood for or what I happen to stumble across. Working in a bookstore, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I see a lot of books, and I might get that impulse to suddenly, buy something I see I pull out of a box, like that happened with the book S or anything. So I don't really have a specific title that I'm thinking of that is next book I have to go out and buy. So Number 9, do you have any favorite quotations? Let's see. Favorite quotations. So, some of the quotations, one by Cicero, it says, "A room without books is like a body without a soul." Susan Collins, "Happy Hunger Games. May the odds be ever in your favor." That was quite clever. As you're reading other people's pages, or you happen to stumble across quotes, you can hit like and add it to your profile page. It might not even be a book you read, like this particular one, "A Dance with Dragons" by George R.R. Martin. "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one." So I just thought those were a great quote. I wanted to save it, and I plopped it on here. There's another one here at the beginning. Lauren Miracle, "I live in my own little world, but it's okay. They know me there." So I just got a kick out of that, and I threw it on the page. It's not something I generally look for when I'm reading, though. I don't specifically say, "Oh, that would make a great quote." But when I'm on this Goodreads page, then they kind of just pop out, and I'll like them. Number 10, do you have any favorite authors? So number 1, I have J.K. Rowling on there. I mean, I love the Harry Potter series. I have now read the one she wrote under the other name, Robert Galbraith, The Cuckoo's Calling. I have yet to read A Casual Vacancy, but there's something about her writing that I just love the descriptive nature of it, and the characters and everything. They're just really, really intriguing in the setting, so I put her down. Kim Harrison, for those of you who watch my channel, know she's an adult urban fantasy writer, and I just love her books. I am currently deep in the Hollows series. I absolutely love it. She writes under another name, which I haven't really explored yet, so and I've forgotten what that name is, but I will maybe one day when I finish the Hollow series search those books out. Jasper Fforde, John Green, Michael Grant, Kate Kingsbury. She's a favorite cozy mystery author of mine. So again, this is all listed on my Goodreads page. And finally, have you joined any groups? I got all the questions. Yes. I have joined groups on Goodreads, but I will tell you this, I never really go back to them. I think there's like 6 groups here. I brought the wrong page up. It's just, I'm always too busy to kind of participate in them. I have the Young Adult Reads, YouTube Book Reviewers, Debut Author Challenge, Go Book Yourself, and the Hollow series, Read and Reread. A lot of these I've noticed are groups that people set up. Anybody can set one up. If you are on Goodreads, you could set up your own group. But then I noticed that they seem to just fall away, that the people don't kind of continue them or add posts to them, and they just sort of die out. If the person who's starting it isn't really that active in it, the people following the groups tend to not be as active either. Probably the one I find the most interesting, and if you're a YouTube book reviewer, booktuber, YouTube Book Reviewers is probably the best one. It has a lot of really good information. You can introduce your channel there so other people might find out about it. If your viewership is kind of down, you can post, like I said, your page on there. Don't post every video that you have on there. Just sort of introduce yourself, let them know you have this channel, what you plan on discussing. But there are some interesting tips for like lighting and filming, and for anybody who's new and doesn't quite know how to set things up. I mean, mine's pretty basic set. I probably have the most problem with lighting. Today we're using sort of natural lighting, but again, that kind of affects my videos. But it's a really good site for information on that. And yeah, that is the Goodreads tag. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I have a whole list of people I plan on tagging, and I'm not going to name them all. A lot of them are people I haven't tagged before, so definitely read below in the description box to see if your name's on there. And even if it's not, do the tag. It's a lot of fun. And go ahead and check out Goodreads. You find some really good information on there and lots of good books to learn about. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.